What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. I'm gonna tell you guys the story behind, if you guys seen the video, I'm gonna put it up here, the video of me going to get my blood test. So yeah, I'm gonna tell you guys the behind the story for that. So first of all, wait, hold on, let me do this real quick because I don't like it too. There you go. Okay, so first of all, so when I over a few months ago, I went and got my I went and see my doctor for the first time, and doctors will ask you some questions, and are you diagnosed with this? Have you ever had this before? Or have you ever had this kind of disease or whatever? And then and then she asked if have I ever had surgery, and I'm like, no. So basically all the questions she asked me, I said no to them. And then she was like, at the end, the last question was, have you ever had surgery? So, and I was like, no. And then she was like looking over my record, like my health record, and I have nothing. Like, I got no broken bone, I got nothing, any of those. So then she was like, wow, you are so healthy. And I was like, yeah, I know, right? And she was like, okay. And then so she was trying to look for, I don't know, for me it was like she was trying to look for something if I have and then she looked at my thyroids, at my neck. And then she checked if if I'm breathing okay. So she was like, okay, you have to do the physical checks and everything, and everything was good. I'm healthy, everything. And then she was like kind of like writing down stuff in her papers, and then she looked over, and then she's like, I've noticed that my neck, so right here, like over here, I've had this ever since when I was growing up. So I didn't have any problem with it. It's not hurting or anything. So then she was like, she asked if my my thyroid hurts, and I was like, no. So she started pressing on here, and she's like, does this hurt? And I'm like, no. Does this hurt? No. And she's like, it looks swollen. And I was like, I was actually born with this, and then I was like, I think you're just, and then it was like, they're just fats, And then she was like, no, we have to get that checked. And I'm like, okay. So she said I had to go get my blood test. So that's where it came from. So she referred me to go get my blood test so we can see if there's something wrong and everything. But I told her it didn't hurt, didn't anything. So so they're just trying to get trying to get money out of you, which I was like, okay. It was like, doesn't hurt, but okay, it doesn't hurt to check it, but and then after that, and I went and told my mom that I have appointment with going to get my blood test and everything. And she's like, blood test? And I was like, yeah, they want me to go get my blood test. And then she was reading the paper, and she's like, thyroids? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I am so surprised too, because seriously, I mean, I had this for ever. I had this when I was born. And then I just say it's fast because sometimes it can be. And then my mom started laughing, and she's like, oh my god, is it because you said, she was asking me questions, is it because she said that you say no to all of what she was asking you? I'm like, yes. And then she said I was healthy, but still she's looking for a problem. And I'm just like, what the heck is wrong with her? And she started laughing. And then for me, I was like, okay, I guess we'll just go get this blood test. And I actually wanted to learn no other results of I forgot what was it, shoot. Well, anyway, so when I went and got my blood test, and oh my gosh, it was just such it was just so funny in the moment. For me, it was it was like funny and fun. I don't know, like, and then the doctors were kind of like just asking, are you okay, are you okay, which is really nice when they keep asking if I was okay and everything. And then they're like, I'm sorry, we're gonna poke you again and this and that. And I'm like, for me, I'm like, I am totally fine, because I mean, I like needles, like I love needles, like they, you know, if they poke me, I'm fine with it. So I came like after like taking my blood test and everything, and then I had like one over here, like a bandage over here, and a bandage over here, and then a bandage. So I got like 4 bandages coming home. I put 4, that's 8, 4 bandages. And then when like I came home, and I'm like, wow, this is just so funny. But a tip, like this is my tip for you guys drink water a lot of water before you go and get your blood test, so that your blood can easily flow, because mine, it was like so slow. That's why like they had to like poke me 4 times, and they like they felt sorry. They were like, I am so sorry we're poking you and everything. And I was fine with it, because I was actually having fun. I was just like, you do whatever, you know, just get the blood out, whatever. But I was fine with the needles. So we were supposed to be out of there. It took more than 30 minutes. I mean, it should be like at least 30 minutes to get blood, but you know, my blood that day was not like flowing well. So then it took about like an hour. We're there for an hour. So then after that, and then a few days later, and then we have this app. They it's like what's that, it's for all the patients. They can doctors will send you like results and everything. It's pretty cool. It's really nice, and you can actually message your doctor. But it's like, you know, if you have something wrong with you can if you have something wrong with you, or you feel hurt, whatever, you can just message them and just ask. Or like if they send you results and then you don't understand, you can just message them, you know. It's really cool. So anyway, so I got the results, and then it's so funny because all the result comes in, it was about my thyroids, people. I'm like, and I was like, what the heck? I know, I was like, okay, my thyroids looks like, you know, it's swollen and everything, but no, it doesn't hurt, it doesn't, you know, it's not swollen. Some people, well, for her, she, like the doctor that I went to, thinks it was swollen, but no, I've had this ever since when I was like born with it. And you know, it annoyed me a bit when I first like I start like noticing it, and then it annoyed me, and I try to work on it. But now that I was like, I'm like comfortable with it, and I was like, you know, it's fine. But when she told me about it, I started to like feel very like self-conscious about it again, because she just mentioned about, I was totally fine with it, but then after that she told me about it, I felt so self-conscious about it, and I'm just like, what the heck is wrong? Like, is this like, you know? And then I talked to my mom about it, and she told me, you know, don't listen to them, they just want the money, you know. So don't listen to the doctors. Sometimes just don't listen to them. You can go and like actually get like other opinions with other doctors, like go ask about it, because one opinion is not enough. So you can just go and ask different doctors. So then yeah, so basically this is nothing, it doesn't hurt. So that, yeah, that kind of like got me thinking that day when she told me I get it checked and everything, and I started like, what's wrong with it, you know? And I started to feel very self-conscious about it, and now I'm okay with it, because I just, you know, I'm like, I've been born with it, so it's part of me, and you know, I just gotta learn to embrace it, and you know, I like it. So the doctors just don't listen to the doctor when the doctor makes you feel so self-conscious. I'm sorry, I just like kind of like conscious. Do not listen to them, because that's what I felt when she told me about it, and I'm just like, wait, what? Oh my gosh. And I was like, it took me so long to actually like be like to get comfortable with it. But then when I got that, when she said that, I was like, what? And then my mind started going back to, you know, like that voice started going back to that, you know, it doesn't look nice, this is that, you should do something about it. But then I was like, I talked to my mom about it, and she was telling me this and that, you know, and then it's good stuff. So, and then I started getting myself back into, you know, I was like, it's part of me, I'm embracing it, okay. So just don't listen to some doctors when they try to, like, I don't know, for her, for me, I think she didn't know what she was actually talking about. That was my experience with her, and I was just like, I mean, she was really nice, but then it's just like, she just wants the money. And I'm just like, because I told her, I am so healthy. I don't have surgery, never had surgery, never had broken bones, and never had any of those. And then here she is looking for a problem with me. I'm like, like, there's something wrong with me? No, there's nothing. I know, I'm just like, right now I'm just ranting about it because I was just so like, oh my gosh. But yeah, after taking all the results, receiving all the results and seeing it's all about my thyroids, and everything comes negative. And I was like, bam, in your face, doctor. I'm not gonna say her name because there is nothing wrong with my thyroids, okay? So I'm just like, I'm gonna learn to embrace it again, because you just like literally like took me back to that. And then, you know, took me back to that little dark hole where it just tells me that it does not look good. But you know, right now I'm just embracing it because it's pretty, actually. So, and I was just like, I don't want to go back to that doctor. So then we end up changing a doctor because I didn't really like my experience with the doctor. And so even my mom, she didn't really like because we have the same doctor, which is pretty cool, yeah. So we have the same doctor, and we both didn't really like her service. So then we're just like, we're gonna change doctor. So we changed our doctor, and this doctor is pretty cool. She's really nice. She's really she's funny too. And I remember, like, when I went for my first appointment with her, she was really nice. She didn't really like say anything to offend me or anything about my thyroids, but she did say like, okay, we got results from your thyroids. And then she asked about it, but she didn't say in a way how that, like, my last doctor said. And then she was like saying that, I think she was concerned. I was like, yeah, I know she was concerned, but I was like, I was born with it. And she's like, oh, you were born with it? Oh, okay, and then she was like, that's normal. But she said to be, what's that? She said, what's that she said? It was her own words. It's those doctor words, you know? I can't even, like, I was like, okay, okay. But I didn't understand, but I knew what she meant by, like, you know, if it gets swole or whatever, just let her know. But actually, I just told her, I was like, no, I was just born with it. So, you know, and then she lived it right there. When I say I was born with it, she's just like, boom, lived it right there. And then we moved on to the next topic. But the other one, she's just literally just going on because I told her I was born with it, and I would say it was just fats, but actually I was born with it. And then she just, like, you know, didn't cut off from there and move on, but she just stayed on it, and that's why I just didn't really like my experience with her. So anyway, so that's how I got all my results. I went and got my blood test because of some thyroid thing. I have to go and check it out and whatever. But I actually wanted to see, like, if my blood is clean or whatever. But I never got, I only have like a few of the results that came back for that. And then the other one was, the other results are all about thyroids, and I'm just like, okay. But anyway, it came out negative, which is really good because I am so happy about it. And everything came back negative, negative, negative. There is nothing wrong with my thyroid, so I am pretty much happy about it. And I was like, okay. And I was like, see, you know, and I was like, boom, in your face. And I was like, doctor something, because I didn't want to say her name. And my mom laughed about it because I was really upset because I was like starting to feel very self-conscious about my thyroids. But after when I got the results, it was all negative, bam bam, you know, just grab all those and throw it out the window and then bye bye, and then we move on. So yeah. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy that story time, because I just wanted you guys to see the video because of what happened. But it was actually behind the video, it's like, it was really funny how, like, you know, it took like over an hour just to get like my blood. I mean, it should take 30 minutes, but it took over an hour. It was just like, but the result, like the experience was really funny, and the doctors and nurse are really nice, and they gave me cookies after that because, you know, they took so many blood out of me, so they were like, just go home and drink, you know, like something sugarish because you need it, so because we took so many blood out of you, and we were like, we poked you so much. So, and then they gave us this really good like snack, I don't know, like a crackers, and it was so good, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I wanted more, but they just gave me one just to. And then when I got home, and then I started drinking like soda or something that, you know, has sugar in it. Anything has sugar in it. So that is my story, guys. I hope you guys enjoy this story, and please, if you enjoy this story, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos, any kind of videos. And I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday, because it is almost Christmas, and I'm gonna be vlogging on Christmas shoppings or whatever, so you guys stay tuned for that, because I am so excited. I love Christmas. My favorite holidays is Thanksgiving and Christmas Day. So I am super excited. I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and stay tuned, and I will see you soon. Peace.